What is up, everybody? Renfail here. Hopefully you are doing well. I just wrapped up my first stream testing out the new turn-based mode for Pillars of Eternity, a game that I backed many years ago on Kickstarter. The very first game I ever backed on Kickstarter, actually, from Obsidian Entertainment. I have played this game through 3 times. Once when it came out, a second time after that. I played it last year, I think, on the Xbox port, which there's a playlist of that here on my channel somewhere. And then they just announced recently, like a few days ago, that the turn-based mode was coming to open beta. That launched today, which is October 5th. And we just finished the stream playing the early, just the first hour and a half of the game. I've already played the game several times, so I know the story and everything else. I'm just here to test out the turn-based gameplay, and I gotta say, it's pretty awesome. There is an encounter here that we're gonna go into here in a minute to show you guys a little bit. Obviously, we're only one character right now because of reasons. This is a 6-person party game. You can have 6 total characters in your party. If you have never played this game before, this is the game that launched the Pillars of Eternity franchise, which starts with this game, which leads to the direct sequel of Pillars of Eternity Deadfire 2, which is an amazing game, and Avowed, which is the game that most recently came out earlier in 2025 from Obsidian. I love this world. I love all of the games in this franchise. I played this one 3 times. I played Deadfire twice. I've played Avowed twice. I would happily play them all again, and I will absolutely be playing this game again in a full playthrough once the official version of the turn-based mode goes live officially. Right now it's just on beta. You can play it through Steam if you already own the game on Steam, or if you pick up Steam, the Steam version, you can play it in a beta branch, or if you are a Game Pass subscriber, you can play this through the PC version of the Game Pass game. There are instructions on how to access this version of the game on Obsidian's social media channels, as well as in their Discord, because it is kind of unique because it's a beta build, so it's not like it's, you have to go through some steps. There's some hoops you have to jump through to get to the beta branches of the game. But it is out as of today if you want to check it out. So really fundamentally, it's the same game. It is a CRPG at its core, but it's an amazing experience. This is a great game. It's one of my favorite CRPGs of all time. This leads to Deadfire, which is a direct sequel, and Deadfire is a better game than this game even, with the Critical Role cast coming in and doing voiceovers for everything. Phenomenal experience, and of course leading into Avowed, which was amazing as well. So I think there's an encounter here. Yep. So this is the new turn-based system. So the way it works is originally the game was real-time with pause, and there's all sorts of options you can go into, and if you wanted to go tweak the auto pause, you could get it fairly close to doing turn-based gameplay, even in the way that the game originally was back in the day. But now what you do is when you start, if you're on the beta branch, there's an option here to go into turn-based mode. And once you're in turn-based mode, you cannot adjust it in combat at the moment. But once you're in combat right now, we have access to, as you'll see here, we have your turn, the initiative displayed at the top on the right-hand side. It shows the current round, and then it shows the next round. And at the bottom here, you have end turn, and then there's this toggle here where you can choose to end turn after action, or if you want to have the flexibility of, for example, if you wanted to do an action and then move your character, you would want to make sure that this is turned off, like that, so that you could do your action and then still move around the battlefield. But if you don't care about moving around after the battle, you could just toggle that on so that it automatically ends your turn after you take an action. It shows your movement here. There isn't a button here to end your turn. You can also adjust the speed of combat down here with this bar. You can delay your turn, pause the game if you want to just pause it by hitting the space bar. Quite a few options. Again, this is the first iteration in the open beta of this. It's going to be a process that goes We're not sure how long it's going to take, but for those of you who want to be involved in the process, the beta will be ongoing until they feel like they have it working the way they want it to before they go into the full launch. So in this case, you could do basic attack, or I could open up my druid spells, and I would say let's do something like, I don't know what I want to do here. Let's do Sunbeam. Make sure that we get it away from me. Boom! Shakalaka! And then it's going to end my turn. He's going to attack me. Now it's my turn again. I don't have any additional spells at the moment, so we're just going to do a melee attack. And he is dead. Loot up everything that he's got, and we can continue moving on from here. If you watched the stream, and those of you who want to go back and watch it at your leisure, you can. It does make the combat of this, it slows everything way down in terms of the pace of this game, especially when you consider that you have a full party of 6 characters once you recruit everybody in. Through the introduction of the game, you end up having 3 people in your party, and it definitely slows things down quite a bit. For some people, they prefer it that way. There are a lot of people out there who have never played Pillars of Eternity or Pillars of Eternity. Well, not this game anyway, because it didn't have turn-based gameplay. Deadfire, they did add turn-based gameplay after it launched, and so there are some people who have tried the second game and quite enjoyed it, but they never played the first one because it didn't have that turn-based gameplay. Quick commercial break, everyone, to celebrate and give thanks to all of these amazing people who keep me on the air full time. Really appreciate the support. All you got to do is join as a member. You get access to private videos. You can also do super thanks on any upload or super chats and stickers on any live stream or premiere you see. And beyond that, don't forget we're multi-streaming over on Twitch now, so you can support over there as well. Thanks so much to everybody. Let's get back to the video at hand. So for those of you who are turn-based fanatics, you can now go forth and at least test it right now in the open beta format and go forth from there. I quite enjoy it. I do prefer real-time with pause, but that's just because I grew up on Baldur's Gate 1, Baldur's Gate 2, Icewind Dale 2. Those games were all real-time with pause and being able to adjust lots of, party AI and everything else. And I've played this game through already several times with real-time with pause, and I've always had a great time with it. I like the flexibility of just being able to hit the pause button and, manipulating the battlefield to my leisure after that. But I also admit that I have had a growing respect for turn-based gameplay ever since Baldur's Gate 3. Prior to Baldur's Gate 3, I was never a huge fan of turn-based gameplay. It was, it's still not my favorite way to play, but I do enjoy it much more now. And I am happy to play this game a 4th time all the way through when it gets to its final form. I will not be doing a complete playthrough of the game during the open beta, but I will be dabbling from time to time, so if you want to check that out and see that, feel free to follow along. Daily streams happen every single day on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and TikTok if you prefer the vertical format. We start every single day at about 4:30 a.m. Central, and we come back again in the afternoons for a second stream. This is the day job. I do play a lot of games, so we'll hopefully see you in all the other stuff I do. But in the meantime, I would love to hear your thoughts on this turn-based version of Pillars of Eternity. Have you tried it out yet? If you have, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And what are some of the things that you look forward to exploring in this game if you've already played it before, or if you haven't played it before, even better. Now's your chance to dive in to an amazing franchise and play the first game, and then go play the second game, and then go play the third game, and enjoy a trilogy of Pillars of Eternity games over the next year as you have free time. Thanks, everybody. See you in the next one. Stay safe. Happy gaming.